Hello home learners, today I'd like to share with you some hacks for using Google Classroom on an iPad. Now I know that it's hard for the teachers to make the content work perfectly across all devices, and people are obviously at home, you're using a different range of devices. So today I just want to show you a few tricks that might help you if you're accessing Google Classroom on an iPad. So to start with, you can obviously access Google Classroom via the Google Classroom app, which we can see down here. So if I open up the app, we can see that this is my classroom. Now obviously I can go down the stream to look at the different things that have been posted, and it'll include some of the assignments that we've been given by our teachers. But the best way to see what work is due is to press the little three lines in the top left and then to go to where it says to do. And if I press to do, it will give me a breakdown of all the assignments that are actually due this week and today. So I'm just going to give some demonstrations today for some maths lessons. So this is a year 2 maths lesson, interpret pictograms. Now, if we look at the instructions, it says to watch the recorded video with a pencil and paper, so you can answer some of the practice questions as you go along. And then the second thing it says is we need to answer the questions in Google Slides. So we can see we've got our video here. So if I press the video, I can then choose something to watch the video in.
In today's lesson, we're going to be drawing pictograms.
So now once I've watched the video, I can press in the top left where it says done, and it'll take me back to my assignment. Now, the actual work that I need to do, it says I need to answer the questions in the Google Slides. So down here where it says your work, if I press this up arrow, I can see this little yellow icon, Student Test Maths 5, that this is my worksheet effectively. So I'm just going to press on my digital worksheet here, Student Test Maths 5, interpret pictograms. And we can see we've got our worksheet here. So there's a few ways of completing this, and really we don't want to allow the technology to get in the way or become an obstacle to what it is you're learning. So for example, you might find it easier actually just to work with a pencil and paper. So you could use this iPad so you can see the questions, and you could write your answers and you're working out on a piece of paper, and then you can take a photo of that and upload that and turn that in Google Classroom, and I can show you how to do that. But let's look at the 3 different options of things that we can do, and one of them might be much easier for us, so it's good to know our options. So first of all, we'll have a look at opening this in Google Slides. So if we can see this little icon in the top right, this icon means open in Drive. What that basically means is it's going to open the document in one of the Google apps. So if it was a Google Slides document, it would open up in the Google Slides app. If it was a Google Doc, it would open up in the Google Docs app. So if we press this, because I've got Google Slides app installed on this iPad, it's going to open it up in Google Slides. So I can go through and I can double tap on the little text boxes, and I could put in my number that way. And I could work my way through the whole worksheet, putting in my answers that way. So that's one way of doing it. If you're going to complete it this way, so you put all the answers in and it will automatically save into your Google Drive. So you don't need to press save or anything like that. Once you've put the answers in, all you have to do is come out of Google Slides. So if I just press the little arrow in the top left, that takes me just back to Google Slides. That's fine. Now, if I press, I want to go back to Google Classroom now. So on my iPad, or if you're on another tablet, you need to go back to the home screen or just to see what apps are already open. So on an iPad, if I double tap the little circle button, the home button on the iPad itself, if I press that 2 times quickly, it will show me what apps I've got. So if I go back to Google Classroom now you'll remember we've just put our answers already into the Google Slides document. So I'm just going to press the little cross in the top left, and this here, our document here, if I press this, we can see that it's got our answers in there that we've put in the boxes. So we know that this attachment here, this Google Slides, is we've edited this, we've put our answers in, and I can just press where it says hand in the big blue button. Now the other thing you can do instead of completing your work in Google Slides is actually to press this little pen tool in the top right. And what this will mean is this PDF document that we can see here, it will mean that we can edit it and scribble on it basically. So if I press the little pen tool like this, now we can see we've got these tools along the bottom. So I can use this pen tool, and if you make a mistake, you can use the undo button in the top right. Now the text tool, it is possible to use it, but it can be a bit fiddly. So that's up for you to experiment with. But I know, for example, if I wanted to write my answer in this box, I'm going to have to zoom in a bit closer. So I'm going to use 2 fingers, my pinching fingers, and I'm just going to pinch into this box, use 2 fingers to move the screen, and I put my answers in. So it's £5.48 in pounds and pence. So I could write my pound symbol, £5.48. And if I want to come back out, zoom out, I use my pinching fingers, and I'm going to close my fingers together just to come out like this. So this is another way of completing it. Once I've done that, and I've gone through the whole worksheet, I can use the arrows to go along the different pages, the left and right arrows, and complete all my answers. All I'd need to do then is to press the save button in the top right, which appears on the pages that you've worked on. So if I just press the save button in the top right, it's just going to save all of the work that I've done. And now, once it's saved, if I press this little cross in the top left, we can see now that we've got another document, and it says edited student test maths 5. And what that means is that's the document that we've just scribbled on and we've written our answers on. So this is attached. So all I'd have to do now, in fact, we can just check it. If I just press on this document, which was the one with the red icon, we can see that we've got our answers that we've put in there. So I'm just going to press the cross in the top left just to close it. I know I've got my work attached, and I could just press hand in. Now the last thing I can do, so if I don't want to complete it on Google Slides, if I find that a bit fiddly, or I don't want to use that pen edit tool because I'm not comfortable doing that, if you're more comfortable using a pencil and paper and doing it that way, then that's absolutely fine. And you'll just need to upload a photo of the work that you've been doing into Google Classroom. So I'll just show you how to do that. So if I wanted to complete my work using a pencil and paper, then I would open my worksheet and I would work through the questions using a pencil and paper. And once I was finished, I could press this cross in the top left, and I'm going to press this button here that says add attachment. And if I press add attachment, we can see at the bottom we've got an option to use camera. So the great thing about using an iPad is you've just got a camera with you at all times. So any work that you complete with a paper and pencil, it's really easy to submit it for the teacher to see. So if I press use camera like this, I can then go to my maths work that I've done today, make sure it's nicely in focus. And I can take a photo of my work, and I can see there's an option here to use photo. And if I press this, we'll now see that that photo of my work is going to be attached to this assignment. And I can simply press hand in. So there you go. There's 3 different ways you can complete work on Google Classroom using an iPad. And we just want you to use the way that's going to work the best for you. So if you have any questions, feel free to get in touch and we'll see if we can help you out.